So, hey, man, we're good to go. So now as people see them, they scroll, they go, oh, who's that? Okay, so you can just wait. Awesome. One thing I like about Facebook Live is you could always go back, right? It's housed there. So for the people that catch this on the recording, who cares about me? Let's talk about this guy. Lior's got a really cool tool. He's been in the industry for a long time, done a lot of really good stuff, from SEO to client acquisition. But I think what's really made a bigger impact is ScopeLeads, his tool called ScopeLeads. So I asked Lior to come on and just talk about it, why it's different, why it's literally changing the game now, and then also how it's going to change the game in the future, primarily for digital marketing, web design, SEO guys. So yeah, enough of me, man. How did ScopeLeads, happen, dude?
Yeah, it's a good question. I was just sitting there and I was seeing all my buddies like start software companies, and really I'm like, I want to do that. But it just started by asking myself, what's the real problem people have right now that's like common among almost every consultant or digital marketer. And it's also common around like everywhere around the world, every business. It's the lack of sales, lack of clients, which is really just a lack of leads to fill your pipeline with.
Right.
And I thought, how can that be automated? And that's really how the idea was born. And it wasn't just how can you automate getting leads, it's how can you automate the outreach process. Like really the same way as some people have entire billing systems automated or entire, outsourcing systems, how can the sales process be automated? And that's how the idea was born.
And so it's 2017. When did the idea form? Or was it 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 2 years ago? How long ago was it?
Yeah, I think it formed in the end of 2014, like December.
Okay.
And then I got back in 2015. I was traveling. And I just started to interview people to try to hire programmers. And I just went through like one after the other and just sort of learned a lot about hiring there as well. And then, yeah, it took until 2016 of March, I believe, to finally, settle someone for, it's been almost a year now. Well, it's been over a year as of last week.
That's a pretty short time frame.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, because you launched last year, so that means you built it last year and you launched it last year. So for those watching, this is a classic example of the MVP approach. Get something out there, build an audience, because he's got a big audience now, and he didn't have to wait, right? Didn't think too much about it, but he just dove in and did it. So that's a great. I still can't believe that you.
Yeah, it was actually like 80% complete by someone else who sort of just like ran away.
Oh man!
And then a new developer came and then said the code that they were writing was like a 4-year-old writing English.
Wow!
And redid the whole thing from scratch. So from March until August, completely finished and launched to the world. So from July, actually. Yeah, MVP all the way.
Yeah. So it's primarily for the marketers. And you did some pretty cool videos. That was one thing that I liked, man. You're quite creative. Definitely put out quality marketing stuff, from your own brand. But so like your videos are hilarious, man.
Thank you.
How did that kind of your marketing, roll out? What was the thought behind that?
I was speaking to some people who had big launches, and they basically told me straight up, you need to have something that just sticks out and is different. And so just as I was going out throughout my day, I would just jot down whatever stupid idea came to my head. Like, being young and like single or whatnot, I was always just, I felt like taking the angle of like having like girls in my videos or like trying to do like that. I'm sure that's what you're referring to. Those commercials. Though that sort of came to me. I had some wackier ideas also, but those were easy to make.
Nice, dude. Yeah, I'm very impressed with the whole presentation. So why ScopeLeads? Because there's a plethora of tools out there. But Well, I know why, but let everybody know what the specific unique thing about ScopeLeads is.
Yeah. So you might not even believe this, but I actually, until like last month, have not checked out or Googled one competitor.
Nice.
I did not even know until February, that how many competitors we have.
Yeah.
Or like what you would consider a competitor. So I completely made the product as if I was going to use it with our beta testers, and did not search for like lead generation products. It really did not know that anyone else existed. Didn't compare features or anything. And so I still think that we are very different in that none of them look for a certain problem on people's websites.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll generate leads or specific contacts at certain businesses that match criteria. Most of them don't do local. Most of them don't start with a keyword search. They just start with like, they have a big database, and it's like everyone who has had over $2 million in funding and has this many people, employees. So they do that sort of thing. But I thought, for digital marketers, it's actually quite easy to find mistakes with their website in an automated fashion. And then the next, I guess you can call it, main value proposition was the fact that you can also do the outreach process. So most tools will either just do the cold emailing and drip sequences, and some will just do the lead generation. So we brought it together with just like one button, and it will combine the two.
Yeah, I'm just going to throw this feature out there, and it's probably something that you've already explored, and it might be in the most recent updates. But one of the guys that I talked to on here mentioned something about. Are you familiar with Lead Joint? Is it Lead Joint? It's there's a software that basically alerts you when your site loses rankings.
Okay.
So that might be a cool feature where you can track that, and then when a company loses, or in an industry when they lose the drop out of page one, then you can hit them up and say, hey man, right from within ScopeLeads. I think that might be cool.
Yeah, I think if someone's brought that up, the immediate problem with that in my mind was that it's not consistent.
Yeah.
Because it could be, it could be anything. It could be like from 19 to 20, and that fluctuates, jumps. So the person might respond like, no, we're ranking just fine, or,
Right, because it shows up in different regions too.
We did just update the SEO lacking feature though, so now it's more accurate with the type of SEO lacking results. Like it's a true, like, people really have bad SEO. So at least that part's consistent.
Yeah. So for the web designers and the SEO agencies, what can they like? So you mentioned SEO lacking. For people that aren't familiar with the tool, what does the SEO lacking mean, or mobile lacking? And
sure. So the first idea was, in order to attract more digital marketers, if that's what we're going to niche into, we need to span across all of the stuff that they sell. So SEO, obviously, search engine optimization. If they're having bad rankings in Google, then they need help, right? They shouldn't be on page 3. No one goes to page, beyond page 1.
Right.
So we have a whole bunch of those. We have people who aren't bidding in AdWords. We have people that don't even have websites, or people that don't have mobile responsive websites. People that don't have social media. So we have about like 8 or 9 of those now. And we're going to be adding Facebook pixel lacking, like if they're not advertising or they're not doing retargeting and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, so I think you just mentioned the biggest difference between you and the other tools is you actually present a particular pain point that you can literally talk about in your email, that you'll email directly from your software.
Yeah, and you can even send them the audit that shows them the problem to illustrate it more.
Yeah. What's in store for ScopeLeads in the future?
Yeah, sure. So the biggest thing is, in the beginning, we were just pushing features like every day, like making it better and better. And then I started to realize we need to make it prettier. We need to work on the user experience. And then we spend months on that, making we made it faster than Facebook by our speed tests. And I realized, like, that's not what's important. You know, we need to go back and focus on features for people. So more leads and more emails is the biggest one. And as of last week, we found a way to pretty much triple or quadruple every search. So we'll actually guarantee how many leads you get now, at least, you know, minimum 100 to 120. And the amount of email addresses, we're finding that we get so many leads but not enough email addresses. So we also found a way to get 60% more emails per search.
Wow.
So that was the biggest thing. So now that that's taken care of, we can work on things like integrations with other CRMs, or maybe you want to use another emailing tool. That's fine. Integrations is going to be the next big thing. Yeah, those are the big two.
Yeah. I know when you came out with the SMTP feature, that definitely opened up a whole lot more capabilities, because before it was just, you know, emailing from Gmail, and this is more technical, people. Sorry, but with the SMTP feature now, it's like you literally can send more than the daily threshold limit at Gmail. How does that actually work when you plug it in, or like that whole thing?
Yeah, so SMTP is just simply like a little address and a password. And what you're doing is you're just telling the server, go to that domain, go to that server, and send the mail from there. Okay, so that's a specific mailing server that you've purchased or that you have. There's so many of them. Someone just asks, are you gonna be integrated with Mailgun? And those, you don't need an integration. You just need to grab, you know, the little username and password from there, and it's gonna send it. And most of those places have at least 10,000 free emails per month.
Yeah.
The more integrations I was talking about would be like, if you don't want to use an SMTP, but you want to use another tool that has some sort of reply detection or deeper drip, you know, branch sequences and things like that. Because we're not really an autoresponder, and people are just dying for us to be, because it's not that expensive. They just want to upload their lists and sort of use it as a tool, but it's not what it's done for.
Right. So the loading of the list isn't something that you have, but you can build a list internally from your tool.
Yeah. We debate it heavily every day because people want it, but at the same time, don't think it's good for them. Although uploading a CSV of websites you already have from wherever leads could be a good option.
Yeah. I think that's part of the game-changing ability for ScopeLeads, is when you added that SMTP, because now you literally can be like those bigger, like a Mailgun, right? But with the addition of your USP of the SEO lacking and all that stuff, and the prospecting for emails and records, and then you send it from there, dude, it's crazy. It's crazy not to try, you know?
So let us know what you use it for. What have you been? What's your approach? Where are you selling?
So I actually jumped on in the beta testing, right? And it was cool. I liked everything except for it was connected to Gmail, right? So I was kind of held bound by that threshold limit. Then when I saw the SMTP, I haven't tried it yet, but I will now, because it's just like there's so many SMTPs out there. You just take one, run it through here, and then you take the other one, you cycle it through, you run Mailgun, then you take SparkPost, you run SparkPost, but all within that one dashboard where you also get your records to mail from. So it's crazy. Yeah, so I'm gonna drop my affiliate link, people. I don't do affiliate stuff much, but you better buy from my affiliate link, man. Because I dig it. Yeah, I definitely dig it now more than before, because the ability for you to do a lot daily is huge, whereas before and that's part of what stifles a lot of other tools, is you're held bound by Gmail threshold.
Yeah, I really don't understand how other tools work, because like I said, this month I have been sort of checking them out, and they will charge like $200 to $700 a month, and the limits will be like 100 or 500 emails per month.
Yeah,
but we're delivering like 100 emails per search, and you can do like, you know, unlimited searches. So I really don't understand how you go about getting enough responses with only like 100 emails sent a month.
And those,
yeah.
The cool thing about the other tools is you can load a list, right? But again, the biggest feature that makes ScopeLeads different is you actually can go out and search and collect your list internally. You don't have to go to a third party, build your list, scrape it, organize it, then you load it. ScopeLeads is go in, search it, click a button, the leads are there, the emails are there, and then you write your email and then it sends. And you can send, you know, thousands and thousands because of now the SMTP feature. So, yeah, that's crazy. I think that's a big... I don't know if a lot of people realize the power you have now with ScopeLeads. For your prospecting and the emails, and we can wrap it up here, is how fast is that turnaround when you do a query and then the emails, your records start to come in?
It used to be like 30 seconds, sometimes even less, but we're adding different sources now, so it could be anywhere from, you know, a minute to 2 minutes just to get hundreds of leads and then to go out and find those email addresses. But we might allow like you to start playing around with them right away if you want to just look at them or, you know, filter through them. But the idea is if you have the pro version using auto mode, you can just set it to go, and then it doesn't matter if it's 1 or 2 minutes because you've already moved on to whatever else you're doing that day. You know what I mean?
And you collect phone numbers too?
Yeah, almost every lead has a phone number.
Okay, just added value, man, because once you send the email, they open, you pick up the phone and call them. Cold email, warm calls.
Yeah. And physical addresses too for those. Some people are just using it for cold calling and that.
So this essentially can work not just for digital marketers.
Well, we just added a regular search mode, so now you don't have to use something lacking. It doesn't need to be lacking SEO. So if you just want a list of like everyone in your city that, you know, is a restaurant or whatever it is you sell, just search it up and you won't be restricted by any filters.
And that's a feature that just got updated?
Yeah, last week. So now we're shifting towards like any B2B salesman can use us, and we don't have to be just for digital marketers.
Yeah, dude, this is crazy, man. You're gonna have to do more videos, man, to get all this stuff up there, people, because it's become literally a beast of a tool with all these. Because that's one of the great things that I share with people is one thing that you do is, you know, you always update, and then you look at the community, you know, but the updates are not just improvements, but literal new features. And dude, these features are growing to be extremely massive, like game-changing features, man. I don't know if you know that, but just FYI.
Yeah, that's the point. That's the point, is to be the best, literally the best tool. Or it's called a pre-CRM or top-of-pipeline tool.
Okay.
So something to fill up your current CRM or something to... We have a CRM built in, but we don't want to be like this beast tool with like a CRM and like a special mailer in. Although we already have that, you know, the main proposition is really generate leads and automate your outreach process. Yeah.
Well, I think you've done an incredible job with it. I'm much more of a fan now than I was before. But watching, I was more of a fan of you and your process. But now with the added capabilities, it's like, man, shoot. I'm torn between telling people to use it because it's so awesome, or not telling people and just keep it for me and my friend, you know. So, but it's that good. So, I want to make that, man, and get you on and have people exposed to it. So, any last thoughts or last?
I'm just working on a new website now, free trials and things like that, and we're going to be raising the price because of people like you who say that it's awesome. So, yeah, the pro version. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to be raising the price quite heavily in about 2 weeks. So,
yeah,
scarcity, but scarcity.
Right. Yeah. So go get it now, people. Dang it. Awesome. Well, you can find Lior online. You can find him on Facebook, right? ScopeLeads. Google it. You'll find it. There's a community too for ScopeLeads when you become a member. So check it out. The affiliate link's gonna be there. I don't do affiliate stuff, but this one, yeah, man. I think it's good. Now, disclaimer: I'm gonna be heavily using ScopeLeads moving forward with the different initiatives that I'm pursuing outside of client acquisition, from link building to PR, local PR too. Local PR is huge for the small mom and pop, that's trying to make a splash. So
doing it for your clients, you mean?
Yeah.
That's actually pretty smart. Yeah, we're going to start dog fooding our own product, as they call it, and essentially use it to find digital marketing agencies.
Yes.
And showing them the features within that email to them.
Yeah.
To get them interested.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, especially now you had that, you've taken away the requirement for the lacking thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I did it myself. The moment I realized I need to start using this tool for ScopeLead as opposed to just for getting clients, I started to realize what needs to be there. And that's exactly how it's grown.
Man, I'm almost kicking myself that we did this live, because if we did it on a regular video, it probably, I don't know if I'd put it up because the stuff is so great. But now that, it's out there. Go use ScopeLeads. It really literally is a game changer. 2017 can make a big impact for your business if you have ScopeLeads involved in your prospecting, client acquisition process, but also in providing services, just because of what it gives you, what it provides. So appreciate you, man.
Thank you very much. Appreciate this.
Yeah, no problem. Dude, let's stay in touch.
For sure. Peace,
okay.
man. Thanks, everyone.